Money. It makes the world go around, and in Terraria is no different, with coin being used for all sorts of handy boosts throughout the game. But what if we were to take this to the next level? Yes, today money quite literally equals power, with our percentage damage being directly tied to our cash in hand. So this is how it's gonna work. At a base, our multiplier will be set at 50%, meaning all weapons will deal half their base damage. However, for every copper coin obtained, we will gain 0.0001% extra damage. And well, I think you can see where this will eventually lead us. Oh, also, while we can pick up our money after death for now, if and when we make it to hard mode, whatever money we die with will be lost forever. So come on then, let's see what we can do. Oh, and we're like less than 20k away from 200k now. Ooh. Starting off, this challenge had one of the more cruel starts as of late, with our base tools dealing absolutely brain-shattering amounts of damage.
1 damage!
Seriously though, although it looked bad, this wasn't going to stop me, as all we needed was to get that snowball rolling. So with us first sorting out some basic housing, which we desperately needed if we wanted to sell items for damage, that's actually quite a strange sentence actually, I then also wanted to get a feel of just how much money we could make this early on, as I'm not sure how much longer I'd be prepared to endure outputting 1 damage.
Okay, no, we cannot die.
So with us looting our first few surface chests and getting some basic accessories, the gravity of the situation suddenly dawned on me. We were going to need 50 gold for our damage just to become net neutral, which when your primary weapon is a copper short sword, did not fill me with much confidence.
And that's all my damage gone.
I guess it is still early days though, and because of that, I did not want to risk wasting the little bit of money we had collected, as that 0.52% damage buff was not going to impact us for a very long time. Oh, and speaking of damage, heading back underground, we did finally find an alternative weapon, the umbrella, which was genuinely revolutionary for us at this stage.
That's more like it.
Seriously guys, why am I doing this? But progress was progress, I guess, because not long after this overwhelming upgrade, we actually found something which even with half damage would be extremely useful for our survivability and my well-being, the snowball cannon. Now, as a bit of a Terraria weapon connoisseur, you'd expect me to know everything there is about this weapon, but funny enough, this was actually the first time I've been able to fully appreciate just how insane this thing really is.
That's a weapon. That's a weapon.
And this is at half its potential for crying out loud. So with spirits at a high and feeling dangerous to green slimes all of a sudden, I took this opportunity to finish exploring our beautiful world, which in short, didn't really give us much. So with us now thirsty for a hit of dopamine, I headed to the one place we could count on, for at the very least some more stuff to sell later.
Oh, it's only 1 silver, it's fine.
And yeah, as per, the struggle was real.
Oh my god!
Not to worry though, because after 3 attempts to crack those orbs open, we finally got not only the musket, but the ball of hurt as well. Just what we were looking for.
Oh yeah, this is crap. I forgot about that.
Oh wait, never mind, hold on. Kind of forgot that we're still bloody broke. Meaning that this already mid-weapon was dealing even puny amounts of damage than normal. Man, we need to do something about this. I get the poor gets poorer and the rich gets richer, but we're just not getting anywhere here.
Ow!
Ah, thanks for that one, God. Okay, no, seriously, that is too far now.
I've done it again. Same freaking place.
Maybe this was a sign that we were in the wrong place. And yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing much with this anytime soon. But hear me out. If we make it, I promise we'll defeat the Moonlord using nothing but this flare gun. And on that note, maybe the world finally decided to present its first get-rich-quick scheme.
Ooh.
You see, my thinking was, these hold road enemies would drop a boatload of cash, which before you know it, would exponentially increase our wealth to near broken levels. Well, that's what I sounded out in my head, because in reality, it took us nearly 6 minutes just to kill one of these things for like 15 silver. Yeah. Well, what about the inside of this establishment instead? As if the game wanted to screw with me, I'd screw with it. With the oldest trick in the book.
Just grab, and go.
Aha! What you're gonna do now, I've stole a bunch of your items that have near no monetary value. Just cry. Cry. There is some good news though, because after realizing I hadn't built my NBC hotel wide enough, rookie error, I know, we finally got our merchant to move in, which finally meant some riches for us, as after selling basically everything we owned, just like that, we were now sat on a much more respectable damage multiplier. I still didn't trust myself to go out and about with it though. And this thing kind of gave us a new target, as with the knowing that we could fight a boss at closer to only a 25% damage penalty, I wanted to give the Eye of Cthulhu a crack ASAP, as all I had on my mind was the utter monopoly we could generate out of selling Demonite bars. So with us collecting a bit of loot and live crystals, and finally crafting ourselves a hook, it was time to get nice and prepared with a basic arena, as just like that, we'd almost caught up to the curve of regular-ish expert mode progression. Before we did go ahead with the fight though, I was starting to get tired of staring at cactus armor, so it was about time we made some upgrades, with me now fully channeling jungle armor, as it would give us plenty of defense, and we'd already obtained some of the materials from Melia. Right, fantastic stuff. And with one last haul, we'd almost doubled our money. See what I mean about snowballing? So I guess it was finally time for me to summon the Eye of... Oh, thanks God. What goes around comes around, I guess, as this now meant we'd get the opportunity to fight a whopping 3 of these guys in one night, which in my mind would equal absolute stonks. Oh, and yeah, about the fight, we were using a musket, which even with a bunch of damage downs, was plentifully powerful to massacre the Eye of Cthulhu in no time. And just like that,
Lovely jubbly.
our first boss was down. So how about we repeat that a few more times, with, weirdly, each fight becoming slightly easier than the last due to the boss's coin drops. This is a really weird challenge, I know. Okay, with 3 Shields of Cthulhu in hand, it was time to count our riches. And oh boy, what a milestone moment for this challenge. For the first time ever, we had not only matched, but overclocked our damage multiplier to a huge 106%. I'm getting excited now, and I guess the game also felt my excitement, as before we could go anywhere, the goblins had arrived, which, in all honesty, couldn't have come at a better time.
Give me all your money.
As we were suddenly wrecking like crazy. Genuinely though, I don't think I've ever gone through such a contrasting few hours of pre-hardmode. Oh, also, one bonus of the goblin invasion was that these folks were greedy buggers, meaning after wiping them all out, we'd stacked up another 7 or 8 gold, putting our total damage multiplier to 114%. It's a shame that still doesn't fix my massive skill issue though. Right then, what was next? Well, I guess if we're playing this normally now, the Eater of Worlds was up, meaning it was time to grab one of my absolute favourite weapons in the game and head right over there to cause some havoc. Before that, however, you'll never guess, we needed another arena. And while building this, I got thinking about just how insane this playthrough was gonna get, as I'm pretty sure there's literally no cap on the damage multiplier at all, meaning if we held 1000 platinum, I think a copper short sword could deal over 7,000 damage. Maybe I'm getting way ahead of ourselves though, because before all that, we had the tedious process of setting up access for our Eater fight, which for a second, I honestly thought was a waste of time.
There's not a single bloody thing, is there?
It all worked out in the end though.
How the hell am I gonna get back?
And without further ado, let's summon that wormy boy. Now, I don't know about you, but I find the Blade of Grass to be the ultimate Eater of Worlds melee weapon, as its piercing razors do most of the work for you. However, a result of thinking I was an invincible killing machine all of a sudden does come with its negatives. For instance, utter naivety. Yeah, I was actually taking one hell of a beating here, which for a split second, I totally thought was going to lose me the fight. But luckily I need potion. No,
I was on freaking
I don't even know what I say, other than everything coming was fully deserved here. Okay, big moment coming. Was if you're just thinking, what's the big deal, like I was at this stage, just chilling at home, you're about to get a bit of a shock.
Wait.
You see, upon returning to the arena to pick up our extremely hard-earned cash, I was hit with a wave of terror, as
Where's
it
our money?
wasn't there. Literally, a good 50 of our gold coins had completely disappeared off the face of the damn earth.
Where's our money?
And trust me, I've checked everywhere for this. It wasn't on a nearby enemy, and it wasn't on the map. Just gone. Which in a normal playthrough would be, But when money literally equals your power,
We're back to almost back to square one.
it's like losing everything.